Hey guys, welcome back to AO Farms and welcome back to our Erlengrat Let's Play series. So, picking up from last episode, we put some cows in, we built the cow barn. We bought a forage wagon, so that's it here, and we've been topping up the grass feed for the cows currently. So, we're sitting on about, let's jump into the cow menu, 57,000 litres of grass. So that's just straight cut grass from our field outside. So you can see we've cut this little section here. Got a bit of a windrow situation left over, and we've cut a section of this field as well. So the issue I've run into is my little setup with the, let's go to our tractor. With the tractor and forage wagon connected, once the forage wagon fills up with the worker, the mower will continue to cut the grass and no longer fill the wagon, which is fine, but I'd probably just prefer to maybe have one worker doing just the grass, because we also need hay. So we've got hay required, which is basically cut grass, which is then tedded, turned over and dried and then picked up. So we're probably going to need to look at expanding our grassland care equipment at the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell this mower, and I'm going to buy the Pottinger kit. So the Pottinger kit has the front attachment and it has the rear attachment as well. So that basically just gives you a little bit more working with. So we'll sell this here. So this is the set Kunsel F240. Paid 12 grand for it. We'll sell it for 9,730, which is fine. So making a little bit of a loss there, but what we're going to gain in productivity is going to be a lot better. So alright, mowers. So this is the one we had, the cheapest one you can buy in game, does 20 k's an hour. What we're looking for is, so we can either go the Kun, so that's 120 horsepower, or we can go the Pottinger, which is 160 and 70. So I just actually need to check the horsepower of my tractor, because that'll determine. So 135 horsepower. So that is the maximum horsepower available. So I think we're going to have to go the Kun, which is this one, the GMD 3123F, which will do 60 horsepower. And then the tow behind, which is 120 horsepower requirement. The Pottinger is 160, so we're well short of that one. So let's buy these. So we could lease them and then pick them up cheaper, because you can get up to a 75% discount. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lease it, because if we are able to pick it up cheaper, that'd be ideal. But let's just lease it, because if it doesn't work out, then I haven't spent money unnecessarily. Alright, so let's lease that as well. So they should be sitting just here. Beautiful. Okay, while we're here, we're going to repair this tractor, because it needs a bit of maintenance. So you can see the maintenance bar on the right hand side there is a bit low. So we'll get this guy fixed up. 1,173 to repair. Cool. Not worried about the repainting. And what we'll do is we're basically going to set up for hay. So obviously our grass is full. So we're going to need to come back and grab a tedder. We'll go and cut some grass first. I mean, this is a proper mower now. Have a look at that. This is awesome. I'm just going to drive straight over the field because we can. It's not really that critical at this stage. Okay, so let's get everything unfolded. So unfold the front, unfold the rear. So that should drop down for us. So we actually did get quite a bit of grass, which is quite surprising actually. very happy with the amount of grass overall. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the first few sections here. So let's lower the mower, turn on the mower, so this is the rear mower, lower the mower on the front, turn that on, and what we should end up with is some really nice big so you can see it there. If I can drive a bit straighter, that'd be good. So I actually don't mind driving the mower, it's pretty cool. So obviously the worker does a nice job of doing it straight, which is definitely handy. So you can definitely feel the horsepower being used here, because I think we're supposed to get a top speed of 22, if I'm not mistaken. So because we've got such a small tractor with some pretty hefty implements, so let's just cruise around the back here, make use of this grass while we've got it. And I'm still under the horsepower requirement, so it shouldn't cause me any problems, but it just means that it's not as efficient as it could be. So what I might do is I'm just going to cut this, just so you guys can see it. And I'll talk a little bit about what the future plans are. So we obviously want to get silage underway as well. Just quickly swing through here, grab this bit. Yeah, I did miss a little bit, so just got to be careful when you turn this because the coverage is not perfect. Getting nice and close to this fence. I'm not too worried if it's not super close, just close enough is good enough for me at this stage. Alright, let's grab that section there. So what I'll do is I'll cut this and then we'll turn it into hay. So we'll go grab a tedder, and then we're probably going to need to windrow it as well, so we might have to go for a smaller size tedder and windrower, just because we've got one tractor that's quite weak. But eventually, as the fleet grows, we will look to improve that. It'll be interesting to see how much hay we actually get out of this. I've got a feeling we're going to get quite a bit. And then we'll probably have to invest in a hay loft as well, because we're going to need to be able to, we're going to have a place to store all of our product. I mean, we can use the pallet and bale storage facility, which is a new update to the game, and I haven't used that yet, so I might give that a go. Oh, that was a great turn. Missed half of the grass. Anyway, not ideal, but we'll make it work. I think a better strategy is just to drive to the end, back it on up, and then just do a follow-up. I guess that's the challenge with these mowers, because there's a big gap at the back there. You're always going to run that risk slightly. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish up mowing this, and then once it's all mowed, we'll come back in, we'll grab the tedder, and we'll start making some hay. So, see you in a few minutes. Alright, that is all done. It's actually a nice little patch of grass there. So obviously I've cut the verges before with the forage wagon attached. I'm not going to worry about that section. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop off these mower blades, and then we'll go and grab a tedder, and we'll go from there. So let's drop these off in a way that's going to make it easy for me to pick them up later. So just there is probably ideal. Alright, let's go to the shop. So I'm actually going to drive this, I'll get this guy to auto drive over there. And then while we're in the shop deciding which tedder we're going to get, he should arrive. So this is a really cool feature. Okay, yep, he's underway. Alright, let's go to the shop. So we want to go to grassland care. This is grass rollers and stuff, so we don't need to worry about that. This is more for fertilization. We're going to need a windrower and a tedder, so let's have a look at the tedders. So we've got 135 horsepower on our tractor, so we can get the Pottinger. This will do 17 meters. So that to me looks like maybe the 9 meter Vicon might be a little bit more manageable. It's only 16 grand too. It's a big price difference. Or we could stick with the Kuhn brand. And that'll do 8.7. Yeah, look, I'm just going to stick with Kuhn. Stay loyal. Let's buy that. And our tractor, right on cue. Alright, let's grab... So we might need a weight actually, so that's something I'll probably need to get. So let's see if this causes me an issue with steering. Not so far. You can see it's a little bit bouncy, so I am going to get a weight just because. Actually no, I'm not, because we'll see how we go. If we need a weight, we'll get a weight. Otherwise it's just one more thing I've got to worry about. Oh, watch out for the car. Okay, let's go on over. So let's unfold this. Now we've got a pretty decent working width here, so this is going to take hopefully not too long at all to get this grass turned over, dried, and then turned into hay. So let's lower the tedder, turn it on. So if you're not sure what a tedder is, basically what you'll notice is it basically changes the colour of the grass that we've just cut to now this is hay. Alright, it doesn't say it's hay. Gives you no indication in game that's what's actually happened. I don't even think it shows you on this map here. It just shows you as a harvested field. So if we go over to grass, yeah, it just shows us grass. But basically this is hay, alright? And it corresponds to the crop menu. So if I go into the help menu quickly, animals, greenery, you can see there, greenery, grass and hay and straw. So the hay is a slightly different colour to the grass. So it's more of a whitish, sort of lighter colour. That just indicates that we've now created hay. So just like in real life, when there is cut grass, so let's get cruise control on, basically let it dry and turn it into hay, essentially, so you feed it to the animals. So I'm not quite sure why hay is done this way. I'd say it's to reduce the moisture content, make it easier to bale, that type of thing. Could be more nutritious, who knows? If someone's a farmer in the comments and knows, let me know, because I'm sure other people have the same question. Pretty cool animation too, look at that. Like, it actually looks like proper tedding. So what the tedder does is it basically scoops up the grass that's on the field, flips it over, so it can dry on both sides, as opposed to a windrower, where a windrower is basically just responsible for putting it into a nice neat row. The tedder is designed to turn the grass over. Cool. So what we'll do is we'll get this guy, so I'll finish tedding this field and then we'll come back and we'll look at getting the windrower set up. So see you in a few minutes. Alright, so we are all done with that tedding, so let's go drop the tedder off. We'll go and grab a windrower, and then we'll get this hay into nice manageable piles or rows, and then we'll get them picked up with the forage harvester possibly next episode. We'll see how we go. So let's drop that off. Okay, I'm going to auto drive this guy over to the shop. We'll pick out which windrower we're going to use. Okay, destination, shop. So this guy's underway. I really love this auto drive feature. I think it's probably the best addition to the game overall, because it just allows you to be more productive and do other things, more efficiency. Okay, here we go. So windrowers, we've got a horsepower limit of 135 horsepower. So let's go straight to the top end. So we've got the Crone Swordrow for 145 horsepower. It's very expensive. We've got the Kun. That's quite big. 14.7. We've got the Merge Max, which is 140 horsepower. So it's just out of the range for us. This one will do 4.7 meters. Yeah, look, I probably want to go, ideally, as big as possible, so I can do fewer passes overall. So it's looking like it's going to be, and also the cost too. So what's this one? This is the Crone. It's probably a little bit more palatable for my budget. Actually, let's just check used equipment quickly. Yeah, nothing there. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to lease one anyway, and then we're going to keep an eye out for one that we are going to potentially keep long term. So this will do 8 meters. This will do 9.7. This will do 14. Yeah, look, I think we'll go this one because we've got the horsepower requirements needed to get it to work. It's big, so it'll cover a large area quickly, which is what I'm all about. Ideally, you probably need a medium to large tractor to really get the most out of this machine. Shouldn't need a front weight because it's pretty well balanced, this machine. But you can see the size of it, look at it, it's huge. Not the biggest in game, but it's going to make short work of our job here. So let's get, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a lap of the outside, and then I'll get the worker to come through and finish the middle. So let's have a look at this. So unfold the windrower, get a zoom out so we can see the animation. Looks like an alien aircraft or something landing. Okay, so that's it spread. So let's lower it. Okay, and turn it on. So what it'll do is it basically scoops all the material into the central line out the back here. So if we get underway, so I'm just obviously I've got a bit of material on the road here I want to collect. And you can see, got a nice big pile out the back there. That's awesome. So let's zoom out a little bit here. The only challenge with this is trying to turn it so you don't get stuck on stuff. So let's go just like that. Not the world's straightest pile, but Obviously I want to just avoid the edge of the cow barn there. I mean, this is working beautifully. Okay, let's cut across here. And then I'm going to go for this outside run. Hopefully this will get it all. Yep. So you can see the efficiency gains in using a windrower of this size. Like straight up. Like imagine trying to come through with a loading wagon and pick all this up just pass by pass. It'll take forever. So let's see if we can't do a turn here and get all of this stuff. Yep, looking pretty good. Okay, so I'm going to angle it slightly inwards just so we can and what you can do is you can combine windrows. I'm not going to do it this time, but basically what will happen here is if I position that so the windrower blade closest to that second pile, what I could do is combine multiple piles into one. Just saves time, just saves a little bit of extra time. Okay, so let's do this. So let's go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to combine that stuff. Yep. The problem is, if you do that, which I've just done there, the pile ends up getting just a tad too big. So what I'm going to do is start a new pile, or a new row. So we've still got a few clumps there, not ideal, but you can get a worker to do this, which is good because the worker will do a nice, neat, straight pile for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut through here. Yeah, just to see what happens. Cool, that's working great. What I'm going to do here, I'm probably going to have to... I'll just swing around and sort it out. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish windrowing all this stuff together, and then we'll come back and we will look at figure out some sort of way to pick it up. We might bale it, we might just pick it up with the forage wagon. We'll see what happens, but thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate the support. Any questions, comments, let me know below. Otherwise, I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.